Hey everyone! And welcome to the very last video of our season, dedicated to this part of Italy. I know, I can't believe I'm saying that. But here we are, ending on a high note, in Bellagio. Today you're going to see exactly why Bellagio is called the Pearl of Lake Como. The gorgeous lakeside promenade, the chaos of the town center, and that famous uphill staircase everyone photographs. We'll wander through the main square, step inside the peaceful Basilica di San Giacomo, discover a hidden path behind the church that almost no one takes, squeeze through narrow alleys packed with tourists and cars, and eventually escape to the lake for a scenic boat tour passing Villa Carlotta, Villa Balbianello and more. Okay, let's just rip the band-aid off the biggest travel lie about this place. The drive. I swear, my husband has aged 5 years since we turned onto the lakeside road. The famous, ridiculously scenic views? Yeah, they come with the constant fear of a tourist bus appearing around a blind corner. Every parking spot is a victory here. We scored a spot right by the water. That's like hitting the Lake Como jackpot. But we circled the town 4 times before we spotted this parking lot. The weather is giving us absolute perfection though. Warm and sunny, a little microclimate magic. Today we're diving into the town's secrets. Then we're getting on a boat to stalk George Clooney's neighbors. Stay tuned for that. So, what's the big deal with Bellagio? Bellagio is prime real estate and it sits geographically where Lake Como splits. Meaning, it's the exact center, giving you those famous panoramic views of both southern arms. That's why it's a magnet for the ultra-rich. The population is tiny, about 3,700 people, but every summer, this place turns into the playground for A-listers. Think about it, George Clooney, Richard Branson. They choose this place for their homes. What this really means is, the price tags here are ridiculous, the jewelry shops are everywhere, and the sheer concentration of wealth gives the air this specific, glamorous buzz. We're going to see how the other half lives, even if it's just for a day. Starting on the long Olago, the lakeside path. Cafes, fancy ferries, and yes, so many diamond shops. We went into one, just to browse, and I nearly ended up doing a jewelry heist run with this pair of diamond drops I saw. My husband's face was priceless. Pure terror. That's a small story for another time. Now, follow me. We are inside a jewelry store known as Corner Shop Bellagio. It is a refined store, offering both unique pieces and handcrafted classic jewelry, rooted in a century-long family tradition. Their collection ranges from delicate enamel small pieces to more luxurious creations. What I ended up picking was something small but meaningful. Something delicate, and I felt like it was designed just for this trip. It was crowded, but the lake, the mountains, and the pastel buildings. It's like someone designed a town specifically to make you fall in love with Italy all over again. Here's the thing. Bellagio has been considered prime real estate since ancient Roman times. As we strolled, the crowd was thick but cheerful. People are constantly coming and going, stopping for food or window shopping, leaning in to admire glassware or jewelry. The atmosphere felt very Italy, but refined, you know? The street, around here, is lined with everything from high-craft boutiques to more tourist-wide gift shops. There's a mix of artisan stores selling handcrafted goods, silk, leather, and decorative items. We're taking on Bellagio Vertical Challenge. The famous uphill staircases, or the Salita. These steps are beautiful, lined with shops and restaurants, but we were desperately hoping that walking uphill would let us escape the masses. Have you ever been somewhere so beautiful it literally caused a human traffic jam? This looks promising, as suddenly the crowd thinned out, and it felt like we are finally going to be able to get nice and clear video shots. But as we reached near the top, we could hear shoes tapping on the old stone, people chatting in a mix of Italian, English, and languages from all over the world. It feels like the whole village funnels through this one ascending corridor. When we finally reached the top, Piazza della Chiesa opened up like a little blessing. After the bustle of the steps, I am not sure if this square feels calmer. But it's more open, almost like Bellagio giving us a moment to breathe. The Church of San Giacomo stands here. Romanesque, built nearly 1,000 years ago. And the whole square has this gentle, timeless feel to it. Here's the thing. The minute you walk inside, the noise just dies. It's a literal sanctuary. The quiet inside is incredible. A massive contrast to the chaos just outside the doors. Look at that altar, the mosaics. It's stripped back, simple, and ancient. It forces you to stop and take a breath. We spent a good 10 minutes just decompressing. If you visit Bellagio, this is your peaceful pit stop. Fun fact. See that tower? It wasn't always a church tower, it started life as a medieval defensive tower. They just absorbed it into the church complex. After soaking it in, we stepped back outside where the sunshine and activity returned instantly. Like walking from one world into another. And from here, our Bellagio adventure continued down the back streets, toward one of the best viewpoints in town. But first, this is a local legend. Da Franco Piadineria e Paneteria. Look at this line. They sell piadinas. It's like the ultimate Italian street food flatbread sandwich, and they are famous. If you dare to try, let me know if you'd queue for this dish. We turned into this narrow road, and it started to lead us downhill, and not really where we wanted to head. But my husband was confident that it is another way, that will lead us back to the church, and so, I followed him. True enough, 5 minutes later, we were back at Piazza della Chiesa. The piazza sits right at the upper part of Bellagio Historic Center. The square itself isn't huge. Think more charming courtyard than big Italian piazza. It's a compact stone open space, framed by old pastel buildings, a couple of cafes, and of course, the church. We stumbled on a real hidden gem. Behind the church, tucked right next to that old defensive tower, was a path almost no one was using. It was quiet. It was almost like we were the only people left in the town. This staircase took us further uphill, winding around the back of buildings. If you want a break from the tourists, look for the quiet paths behind the main sites. It's gold. And just like that, the quiet evaporated. We popped out right onto the crowded upper road, near the Rockefeller Foundation. This is Salita Serbelloni and it is one of Bellagio's iconic steep streets. We will head down this way in a while, but first let's take a look at the area near the Rockefeller Foundation. We are now perched at one of the highest points in town. From here, the view opens up a bit more. The foundation itself is surrounded by manicured gardens, stone walls, and elegant terraces. It's beautiful, very serene. Except the crowds, and the cars trying to navigate this tiny road, remind you that this is still one of Italy's most famous lake towns. We finally took Salita Serbelloni on the way back down. And honestly, this is where Bellagio really shows off. The path is steep, yes, but it's lined with charm at every turn. See for yourself. Every step you take frames a slightly different perspective, which is why this staircase is such a popular photo spot. It's like the town is naturally staging itself for you. The stone pathway, pastel buildings with shutters thrown open, window boxes spilling flowers, little balconies with vines climbing up the walls. It's classic Italian lake town vibes. Moving further down, the lakefront comes into view. By the time we reach the bottom, we have a perfect panorama of Bellagio. The town, the water, the mountains, and the bustling lakeside. And then it all started to make sense. The vibe is alive without being chaotic. People pause to take photos, chat over coffee, or just admire the view. If you angle your camera right, you get Bellagio in layers. Rooftops behind us, boats on the water mid-scene, and mountains far back. No wonder every travel account, Instagram story, and postcard from Bellagio uses this street. It's photogenic on purpose. But also entirely natural. Finally, after navigating the crowds and charming chaos of the town, we made our way toward this part of the lakeside, where the real adventure will soon begin. Our Bellagio boat tour. The meeting point is right by the water, called Bellagio Boat Service, a shared tour that starts from just €39.90 per person. It's a great way to experience the iconic beauty of Lake Como without the stress of driving, and honestly, after that morning, we were ready for a seat on deck. Quick travel hack. I'm telling you now, book your boat tour in advance. These sell out, and you do not want to miss this experience. I've put the booking link and my special discount code right in the description box below. So, use it. Let's break it down. This isn't just a ferry ride. It's a memorable, iconic journey through the heart of Lake Como. Ah, the serenity. We are on the water, and this is why you come to Bellagio. This is the iconic beauty you see in the movies. The boat is spacious, but trust me, fight for a spot on the upper deck. The views are worth the sun exposure. What this really means is, you get the perfect vantage point to see the lake in all its glory. Lake Como is vast, one of the deepest in Europe, and its distinct Y shape is entirely glacial. It's pure, dramatic theater. Look at these villas. This is the majestic Villa del Balbianello. This is movie history. The villa was the setting for Star Wars and James Bond's Casino Royale. It's a secluded jewel. This unique location is what makes it so cinematic. The villa is perfectly positioned right on the tip of a small, wooded peninsula. And you can see the water almost entirely surrounding the property. Nearby is also Villa La Casa Sinaloa, and both of these villas were featured in the blockbuster House of Gucci. Lake Como is massive and dramatic in the most Italian glam way. It covers about 146 square kilometers. The lake stretches roughly 46 kilometers long, from its northern tip down to where the city of Como sits in the south. The deepest part of the lake reaches over 400 meters, making it one of the deepest lakes in Europe. Lecco is on the eastern branch and it is more rugged, less touristy, and framed by tall cliffs. We actually already made a video on Lecco, and if you haven't watched it yet, the link is right up here and down below in the description so you can check it out. We are also sailing past Villa Carlotta, famous for its unbelievable gardens. The villa is surrounded by 10 hectares of gardens and seasonal blooms, making it one of Lake Como's most photographed spots, especially in spring. In Italy, Lake Como is the third largest lake, after Lake Garda and Lake Maggiore. Compared to other scenic European lakes, Como feels more tucked between mountains, with steeper shores, luxury villas, and that very Italian mix of old aristocracy, plus natural beauty. This is Varenna, a town on the eastern shore of Lake Como. It is super picturesque, with Castle Vezio, and that peaceful lakeside promenade. Our boat made a quick pause here, and this is another stunning stop, totally worth a day trip. You can jump off, but we stayed on board to head back to Bellagio. Being on the water really highlights the sheer, quiet wealth here. Every shoreline house is a dream, and you start to understand why this slice of Italy commands those insane prices. So, here's the wrap-up. Bellagio, well, it's busy, the drive is a saga, and it's tourist-heavy on foot. But the views, the hidden quiet paths, and that boat tour? Totally worth it. My final pro tip. Go, but plan your escape route onto the water. That's the real magic. This officially wraps up our season for this Italian Grand Tour. Our next adventure is going to be epic. We are heading to the ancient, beautiful shores of Cyprus. Get ready for history, and probably some confusing road signs. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our new season in the upcoming weeks.